teaching about bodhicitta. So, bodhicitta. I think bodhicitta is very important teaching, and so we used to say in Tibet, if you have only one thing, you must have bodhicitta, enough bodhicitta. If you have nothing else, you must have method to achieve bodhicitta. If you have only one thing, bodhicitta is enough. If you have nothing else, method of bodhicitta is very good. So therefore, bodhicitta is something like training the mind, transformation of the mind. So generally speaking, when we speak about mind, we have two categories of the mind. So general mind and our specific mind. So general mind is our normal mind. So since we wake up and we experience only general mind. So general mind is generally speaking, it is mostly dominated by afflictive emotions and delusions. So that general mind we have to change it into the virtuous mind, especially mind of bodhicitta. So that general mind, we have this mind, regular mind. So regular mind is not stable, it is always fluctuating. So that mind we must change into the virtuous mind, especially change into bodhicitta mind. So the bodhicitta means is combined with two aspirations. Aspirations for oneself and aspirations of others. So bodhicitta is combination of two aspirations of the mind. So aspirations of oneself, enlightenment. Aspirations of other, you cannot achieve enlightenment without other, helping others, generating compassion, something like that. So it must be combined with the two aspirations of oneself and aspirations of others. So the definition of bodhicitta means because of these two aspirations, one must achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. This strong desire is called bodhicitta mind. So about this bodhicitta mind, so first we have to write motivation. Why we need practice this mind? Why we need think about bodhicitta mind? Because as I mentioned before, if you have one thing, bodhicitta is enough. That means entire, if you have bodhicitta mind, right, that will subdue all your what we call the self-judging mind. If the self-judging mind is subdued, no pain, no suffering. Our pain is created by two points, right? Self-judging mind and grasping mind. So grasping mind should understand of the ultimate bodhicitta, which is understanding of the nature of reality. So the self-judging mind is dispelled by conventional bodhicitta mind. So therefore, we need to understand the conventional bodhicitta mind and ultimate bodhicitta mind. The base of these two, we need to understand conventional truth and ultimate truth, base truth. On the basis of this truth, we will be able to develop bodhicitta mind and wisdom realizing emptiness. Once we have these two, we will be able to achieve two bodies of Buddha, Dharmakaya and Sambhogaya. So we have all this potential, but we need to have right motivation. Right motivation is desire to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Because we see everybody suffering, pain and suffering, and nobody wants pain and suffering. So therefore, right motivation is you must have a strong desire to cultivate this bodhicitta mind for your own benefit and the benefit of others. Your own benefit means you don't want pain and suffering. If you have bodhicitta mind, you have less suffering, less pain, and you can have others and living as much as possible. So therefore, that is the motivation, right? And now we have to, what is the power of bodhicitta mind, right? This bodhicitta mind is, as I mentioned before, we are going to transform that mind, right? Very, what we call that unstable mind, unsubdued mind. So that mind is totally controlled by grasping mind and self-judging mind. So if we have grasping mind and self-judging mind, totally control our daily ordinary mind. So we are unable to see the qualities of the bodhicitta mind. So the grasping mind and the self-judging mind obscure to see the bodhicitta mind. So therefore we have to progress this mind, we have to strengthen, use many logics. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Let me give one example. It's similar to what we do in our daily ordinary life. You may get angry, somebody make you angry, right? And strong anger or small, it doesn't matter. Somebody make you angry. And then if you think about this anger, like, oh, he did this for me, and he hurt me, or he did this. If you're thinking like this, it will strengthen your anger. If you think how bad is this person, how he or she great, he or she hurt me, thinking like this, strengthen, progress, all this might getting bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger. This progress is very similar how to do with bodhicitta mind. We have to use the logic, So it means now what we should do in order to develop the bodhicitta mind, right? So we have, like, you are thinking about anger, this hurt me, this time, or all the thinking, progress, strengthen, and it will increase your incredible negative mind. This is progress. But if you switch off that mind to the bodhicitta, right? So that means, bodhicitta is it is very precious mind. First, because it helped me to make me happy. Not only me, but surrounded me, friends, relatives. If you have this kind of mind, you can remain very harmonious family. No problem, right? We all are fighting because of lack of this mind. And then you use, I need bodhicitta mind. So in order to develop bodhicitta mind, what I should do? First, I must think about the benefit of bodhicitta mind. So that benefit of bodhicitta mind is, remember, is mentioned in the great Indian Master Shantideva first chapter. There's 10 benefits of bodhicitta mind. And you should read this chapter every day. I read this every day, so it will remind you, what benefit. 10 chapters. Chapter number 1 is the benefit of bodhicitta mind. So in briefly, this in Shantideva, 10 benefits. Number 1, right? Bodhicitta, right? It is gateway to enter the Mayana path. Gateway to enter. If you want to go to Brisbane, you have to take the highway. You will get their destination. You want to go to New York, you have to take the highway, go there. That's like, it is gateway to enter the Mayana path. Without bodhicitta mind, no Mayana path, no Vajrayana path, no nothing, So it is gateway, number 1. Shantideva says, number 2, if you have this precious mind, right, you don't have to talk about, you don't have to go too far, But if you have this precious mind, you remain very calm with your family, your relatives. You will be a very happy person, environmentally. Just not talking about enlightenment or just your life. Make your life more positive, more happy. So it means, Shantideva said, second benefit, if you have this precious mind, right, you will be very close to the Buddha and Bodhisattva. That means you will receive the name of the son or the daughter of the Bodhisattva. Because you are practicing this Bodhicitta, right? All these holy beings, like His Holiness Dalai Lama and all incredible beings, we see our eyes but just only His soul, but all these great masters will rejoice. Wow, how wonderful this doing good thing. So you become very close to their family. You become family of the Buddha. You become the family of the Bodhisattva. So they will look after you all the time. If you have any problem, obstacles, we have so many problems. Right? We have external, internal problem, whatever. We are very close to Buddha and Bodhisattva. They treat like a family, because you are cherishing this incredible bodhicitta. So you became son, you will receive the name son or the daughter of Bodhisattva, like your mom and son, children like that. Number 3, it will suppress all other practice. Like all other practice. Let me give you will a story in India, very old woman and very poor, and Buddha's time, right? And nothing, she really had very poverty, not enough food, nothing else. But her motivation is she really want to make offering to the Buddha, like candle offering, Batilan. Her name is Gamo, in India, in ancient time. So she want offer one bottle lamp, have no money, nothing money, very that kind of poor and poverty. So she's thinking, how can I offer in the temple Buddha, offer one bottle lamp with the bodhicitta mind motivation. So one day she think, I must go to the shop, market shop, begging there, like in India, if you go to India, beggar will bring you one bowl. People put money inside the bowl. So she stayed there whole morning till sunset, So just only few coins, nothing much, not enough to burn one bottle lamp. She was very till morning to sunset. People put the money in the bowl. That money is not enough to buy one single bottle lamp. But sunset, and she was very upset or whatever. Her motivation, I must get one today, but didn't get anything. And then she saw that people who sell the butter is closing, nearly closing. And the shopkeeper asked, how much money you have? I have this, only few said, that's not enough to buy one bottle lamp. And then she cried, a tear comes from her eyes. And the shopkeeper says, what happened to you? I want to offer the temple with this bottle lamp, but I haven't got any money. She said, I will give you extra one. The shopkeeper gave extra butter. So that butter, one bottle lamp, enough to offer to Buddha's temple. So she went to the temple, right, and offered this bottle lamp with this pure bodhicitta mind motivation. May all sentient beings, by offering this bottle lamp, may all sentient beings remove from the poverty like me. By offering this bottle lamp, may all sentient beings liberate from samsara and achieve enlightenment. So this motivation, she offered this bottle lamp in the temple in India, Buddhist temple. So next, next custodian who looking after the temple is Mangalputra, which is one of the Buddha's disciple. He saw all other borderlands is gone, except whole borderland left. So he tried to blow up the borderland like that. But can't, No matter how he tried 7 times, can't blow up the borderland, but it's still there. So and he thought that was very strange, all other borderland is already burned, but except this left. And I tried 7 times like this, can't blow up borderland. So he went to see the Buddha, what's going on, what's happened? Buddha said, you can't blow up this borderland because this poor woman offered this borderland with the bodhicitta mind. Even you put bucket of water, impossible, you will be blew up this water. So that kind of powerful bodhicitta mind, so that is, it will suppress, other, if you have bodhicitta mind, you don't have to recite millions of mantras. Just one single bodhicitta mind can accumulate countless merit. So that's the number 4. If you have bodhicitta mind, you became owner of the object, like the people. We can see the His Holiness Dalai Lama became owner of the object. People pay respect, people make offering and that. So you have this kind of precious mind, then people, you become the holy object. Holy object, right? Number 5, if you have this bodhicitta mind, Shantideva said, it will accumulate merit very fast. Without bodhicitta mind, merit is very slow. Which is if you have grass cutter like it's something like blunt. It take long time to cut the grass, but very sharp it will. Because of the power of bodhicitta mind, you will accumulate true merit very fast. Number 6, if you have bodhicitta mind, right, you will purify the karma very fast like this. Because of bodhicitta mind, purifying, and if you want to purify your mind, right, negative mind, affective emotions, if you think about this precious mind, will purify incredible negative actions of mind. Number 7, everyone want good rebirth. Everyone want something good. Nobody desires to be have pain and suffering. If you have this precious mind, Shantideva says, you will achieve all your ultimate goal as well as worldly goal. If you have this mind, both ultimate goal, of course, but worldly goal. Worldly goal means worldly people are looking for a job, or some people are very hard to find, or like this. If you have this precious mind, everything will be fine. This is number 7 or 8. 8, right? Number 8, right? Number 8 is Shantideva said, you will remove all the external or internal obstacles. We have many external and internal obstacles, right? But practicing this will remove external, internal obstacles. It means no external, like external obstacles can be driving accident. Buddha passed that lineage to Manjushri. Manjushri passed to Indian master, Uttapalika, Chandrakirti, he passed to Selingpa, Selingpa passed to Atisha, Atisha passed to Lamatongo, and would go to your own lineage school. So this is two lineage, only two lineage. We will have this lineage of the Bodhicitta mind. So this lineage is very important. Without lineage, there is no blessing, no realization. You must have lineage of this practice. It's coming from water following from and then go down. Right? You must have this lineage. So that first lineage, so we are talking about the six schools and result Bodhicitta mind. So that is maybe ordinary people very difficult to fit in the mind. How can I practice Bodhicitta mind? Right? So first you must practice equanimity for immeasurables. Immeasurables of equanimity, immeasurables of the love, immeasurables of the compassion, immeasurables of the joy, immeasurable. So equanimity is number one. So equanimity means it is like when you want to plant the seed on your land, right? You have to make flat the land, fertilizing the land, make even. Then you will plant the seed. Then you will get all these results, right? So that equanimity is like even your land and make soft equalizing. Then you put the seed. That seed is like compassion. And then you moisture fertilizing like this loving kindness. Like that. So you must have first equanimity, right? But this, because we are not equanimity our mind. Equalizing our mind is very difficult, right? Imagine if three persons in front of you, right? Here is the enemy, here is the friend, here is a stranger, three in front of you. How you feel? You have three different kinds of feeling, right? This friends feeling close, love. Enemy, anger, hatred. Stranger, ignorance, nothing. You have these three different feelings, right? So this feeling should be even. So how can we do this? Through meditation, through analyzing meditation. Through using the logic. We use the logic same to the anger. You must use logic same like this. Enemy, Lama Tsongkhapa said, enemy is temporary. Stranger is temporary. Right? Relatives are temporary. No permanent enemy, no permanent stranger, no permanent relative. So that means if they are not permanent, right? Changeable. Enemies are there are temporary enemy, but no permanent enemy, no permanent stranger, no permanent friends and relatives. So therefore, it is changeable. If enemies are permanent and you are thinking enemies are permanent, that is really thinking mistaken. Because you see from your eyes, worst enemy became best friend. Your eyes, you see you have many friends become enemy. You don't have to, so you see the enemies are temporary. Friends, all are temporary. So therefore, Lama Tsongkhapa said, no permanent enemy, no permanent stranger, no permanent relative. It is changeable. Therefore possible, we will be able to develop equanimity, equalizing our mind. So that equalizing our mind means when you see enemy, right? So if you get anger, then not equalizing the mind. When you see stranger or whatever, what equalizing means? First, you're not going too far. You just say, oh, enemy, but how long, temporary, something like that, It is, if you think some good qualities in the enemy, so then it will have not much. So anyway, so this is very difficult part, like equalizing. So once you equalize this soil or make even compassion, right? Now what we are talking about, this number six is very hard to believe, recognize all sentient beings and mother. So you might be very difficult to believe. You have to believe past life, future life, right? But we can't see the past life, future life. But we can prove there's past life. We can prove because we can prove through our mind. Mind is continuation. Yesterday mind come to today mind coming from yesterday mind. Tomorrow mind will come from today's mind. How far we will go like mind is continuation. Like so mind is continuation. So therefore Buddhists believe when we die mind is continuation, like there's rebirth. 6 realms we are talking about 6 realms of sentient beings. Six different types of sentient beings according to our karma. So that it will, you can see even many children remember the past life. You remember very clearly past life. So if you really use that kind of logic, so that means we have to use the logic that is my body is not given by, my body is given by parent, but my mind is not given by parent. Use that logic and think about if body is given by parent, then we can say Dharmakirti said, if you believe that body is given by the parent, then what about one parent, right? 2 kids, one is very smart, one is very dumb. Why not? Why can't very dumb, very smart parent, dumb children? Very dumb parent, very smart children. So you have to think who. You see, if body is given by parent, but mind not. If mind is not given by parent, where is it coming from? Then you have to use this kind of analytical meditation. So it means if I use the one external object like it's beginningless, you know what I mean? If I say this lotus like rose seed, everybody believes it's coming from the seed. But where does this seed coming from? Or another seed? Where does this seed come from? Another, and how far we go? How far this rose seed coming from? Where is the beginning of this rose seed? Beginningless, just external things like that, but internal mind, more than that, you know what I mean? So it means mind is beginningless. So if they're beginningless, then we are beginningless mother. We all are mother. Used to be mother, just like this mom. We all have many rebirths in samsara. They all used to be our mom, but we are not recognized. So let's recognize all beings are mother. And if you recognize all beings are mother, right? No stranger, no enemy. You all are mother. Who care you in this lifetime? How much mother care you? We used to say in Tibet, when it comes to the kid, mother. When it comes to the kid, mother. When they are playing, screaming, mother. No saying father. When it comes to the kid, mom all the time. So if you believe that all beings are infinite life, then you must have infinite mother. All beings are used to be your mother. Recognize all beings your mother. If you realize these all beings are your mother, right? Then what do you have to do? In this life you have mother, give you birth, she take care of you, everything. Without mom, nobody can survive, right? Even this life. And then, what do you have to do for mother? You have to do kindness, right? If you grown up and forget your mom and ignore your mom, then that is, in our tradition, disrespect. Disrespect something. Mother is, we believe mother is very holy being. Mother, father, holy object. Your whole object. So we used to do prostration to mother's feet and father because holy object. So if you believe that, so then you have to remembering the kindness of the mother, right? Remembering the kindness of the mother means mother is very kind. That means we have to, all these mothers are suffering in the samsara, right? They are all suffering because of samsara, pain, suffering, delusion, up and down. We have to remember repaying the kindness of the mother. Repaying the kindness of the mother means not just giving temporary things, just teach Dharma and dispel the ignorance, dispel meditation and try to increase the mind. Then best repaying kindness, right? Repaying the kindness. And then we have loving kindness, right? Loving kindness. No discrimination. Ordinary loving kindness is based on attachment. You can love your friend, not the enemy, not the stranger. But this loving kindness, no discrimination. Just no matter who you are, they all want happiness, do not want pain. They are all under the control of the afflictive emotions. No discrimination, genuine loving kindness. And genuine compassion, right? Compassion is not like talking about, compassion is just like seed. Compassion is just like fertilizing the seed. Compassion is just like fruit. Indian Master Chantakirti said, he paid homage to the compassion because it is like seed. It is like fertilizing moisture. It is like fruit. Without seed, no fruit. No compassion, nothing. We will not receive anything, right? But it is genuine compassion, right? Without discriminating. Ordinary compassion is, there is the ordinary compassion, we have limit. But this genuine compassion, no limitation. It goes far and far. Because the base of genuine compassion is very valid reason, not ignorance. When the base is ignorance, compassion must have limitation. Cannot go far. I must have compassion this, but not. So that's infinite compassion. Once you have this compassion, right? Not enough to talking, compassion, but we have to act. Right? We have to do something, according to our own capability, or like make decision. Now I must do something. That's a responsibility. I must do something. We decided. Now I have all this understanding. What is bodhicitta, benefit of bodhicitta, equanimity. No, I can't just talking, but decide to do something according to your own capability. So you make decision on this is called the universal responsibility. So this is the sixth course, bodhicitta. Then you will achieve bodhicitta mind. This is the lineage coming from Maitreya Buddha to Shanti Deva, like that. Now second lineage is coming from Shanti Deva. One more difficult than the previous one. Exchanging oneself to other. So that's more difficult. Right? So that means we have 5 points. Shantideva. Recognizing we have 5 points means thinking self and other self. Number 1. Number 2, thinking many disadvantages of this self-judging mind. Number 3, thinking many advantages of judging others. Number 4, actual practice of exchanging oneself to others. Number 5, giving and taking meditation for the breathing exercise. So you can, this is the Shantideva, Now when we talk about exchanging oneself to others, you can't change others, right? What does it mean? Really means you cannot change others, you cannot become other, right? You are one, others are more than one, numberless. It really means you and others are exactly same feeling, wanting happiness and do not want suffering. That's the really means. Changing self to other means you want happiness, do not want pain and suffering. Similarly, others want happiness and do not want suffering. That's the exchanging oneself to others. But why we are not receiving happiness? Right? Because of this self-judging mind. Now, number 2, it comes to thinking what is the result of self-judging mind. Thinking many disadvantages of self-judging mind. If you believe self-judging mind is something, Shantideva said, it is like something chronic disease. If you have chronic disease, problem one after one after one, all the time. If you have this mind, right, self-judging mind, you have problem all the time. One after, there are many. So thinking, there are many disadvantages of the self-judging mind. So if you realize self-judging mind is something like, it is like something cruel, then you will defend. Right? If you let them come inside, we used to say in Tibet, if you open the door, right, stray dog comes and eat all your foods. What's the point of after you shut the door, all food's gone. Before it comes, you must stop from your door. So that means thinking, self-judging mind, many disadvantages. It's like chronic disease, right? Ordinary, Shantideva said in the Guide to the Buddhist of the Way of Life, we have ordinary sickness. You can go to see the doctor and give you medication and cure your sickness. But this sickness, internal sickness, is not something like that. It is more than that. It is cured through understanding, through your practice, through your meditation. Only way you can. We are not talking about enlightenment or just go too far. Just your happiness. Just you want happiness, peace. You can control this mind. 100% guarantee. Then you realize this mind is very cruel, right? What we should do? To dispel this mind, we must judging others. Judging others, Shantideva said, if you caring others, many people think misunderstanding, if you caring others, ultimately you are caring yourself. Many people think if you judging others, you can't get any benefit. That's not true. You judging others, you will definitely get many benefits. If you are caring others, right? If something happened to you, everybody is concerned about you. Oh, how can I help you like this? If you are really selfish mind, if you have problem, nobody will, I don't think I can. It's scary, I don't think I can help this like that. You can see from our eyes, you don't have to prove anything, you know what I mean? So that means judging others, means caring others will give you more benefit, more comfort. Your purpose of life is at least helping others, but if not, it's always do not harm others. You know what I mean? Then you will practice taking meditation. You generally speaking, giving and taking meditation, right? But take first and give later. It has great meaning, Take first and you should give. Imagine if you have a very good friend who became sick and went to hospital and very sick, right? You go to hospital and make very nice food to he or she will not enjoy. He was sick, right? When that person fully recovered and you make nice food, he or she will really enjoy. It is similar to like this. We should first take and then give. So take means what we are taking, right? When you are thinking now, you see all this pain and suffering, right? So we can see many pain and suffering in this world. So you see all this pain and suffering, and then you have good motivation, right? You're not taking, but you wish. I wish I can take all this pain and suffering and withdraw that, and it will completely absorb into my self-judging mind and completely disappear. It became like clean vessel. Then you can, the vessel is very clean. Now you can put nice food in the vessel. So you're taking, first thinking the suffering of sentient beings one by one, right? Animals, human being, whatever, cold, heat, whatever, one by one. Then draw this pain and suffering, absorb into your self-judgment mind, and disappear and completely become clean vessel. Now you are giving. What you are giving now? Giving something good, right? People who want food will give food. Who want shelter will give like that. But here we are also giving visualizing all this incredible master and giving Dharma teaching to people. So that will dispel their ignorance and they will remove from the pain and suffering. So that giving and taking meditation from the breathing exercise. Every time we breathe, like until we die we have to breathe, right? Every day we are breathing 72,000 all the time. 72,000. So if you are breathing in and out, you have to think about this giving and taking meditation. So giving and just thinking, bring how much merit you create. You know what I mean? So this is the two lineage, Bodhicitta, right? Now this lineage is combined by Lama Tsongkhapa from one water. These two rivers make one river and make bigger. But combined by Lama Tsongkhapa and 11 practice of the Bodhicitta mind. So which means 11 here, okay, count. Recognize all sentient beings the mother. Remember the kindness of the mother. Repaying the kindness of the mother. Right? Loving kindness, compassion, and sense of responsibility, 6. And recognizing one another are same, 7. Recognizing many disadvantages of self-judging, 8. Recognizing many advantages of judging other, 9. Taking meditation, 10. Giving meditation, 11. Make Lama Tsongkhapa make these two lineage one river. Combine this together. So if you have this old instruction, this is how we have to develop bodhicitta mind. You have this instruction like benefit, equanimity, like that. So once you have this mind, what we should do? We have to maintain the bodhicitta mind. We should not lose this mind. Maintaining bodhicitta mind in this lifetime, maintaining bodhicitta mind in the future lifetime. This lifetime, so when you have this mind, right, you should not lose the bodhicitta mind. So maintaining bodhicitta this lifetime, so what we have to do is have to think these 10 benefits. As I mentioned before, it will maintain your bodhicitta mind. Second, rededicate 3 times morning, 3 times evening. We're doing this, right? 3 times morning, 3 times evening, rededicate. Third, do not abandon sentient beings. Do not ignore sentient beings. 4, accumulate true merit, wisdom and bodhicitta. Then you will maintain bodhicitta in this lifetime. Now maintaining bodhicitta future lifetime, right? Future, so master, first we have to recognize 4 black. Number 1 black is deceiving gurus and teachers. Number 2 is if you are doing something good and somebody tell you, you shouldn't do this, you don't, what is the point of practicing bodhicitta? What's the point of helping others? You reject them. This is number 2. Number 3, due to respectful, you disrespect toward the disciples. Number 4 is misleading others. So these 4 black. And then you have to apply 4 white. To be honest with your teachers, right? Number 2, then treat Bodhisattvas like Buddha. Number 3, don't deceiving others, right? Rather than lead others into the Maya path, rather than this one. And one missing, what is it? I do this every day, memorize, just thinking, very, very good. Number 1 is, do not, every time I think about something. Number 2 is not deceiving. Anybody remember? Number 1 is to be honest with you. Okay. Anyway, not abandoning sentient beings. You think so you maintain this bodhicitta mind with this lifetime and future lifetime. So you don't lose this bodhicitta mind. So if you lose in bodhicitta mind, it will decrease your bodhicitta mind. You turn your mind into an ordinary mind. The ordinary mind is very wild. Shantideva said, it's like a wild elephant. If you are a wild, crazy elephant, will destroy many things. Ordinary mind, very similar. So therefore, we should focus on the bodhicitta mind. And I have some here, very, very good teaching from the is from the Nyingma Lama in Bipam village. That's what's the name of the very high line. Yeah, this book what? Bipam, what's yeah, this book is still what? Oh, Longchapa. Very good. So he summarized the Bodhicitta mind. Okay, here's something I want to read. This is very good. As I mentioned, Bodhicitta mind is gateway to enter the Mayana path, right?
Yeah.
We are talking. So he summarized like this benefit. When entering through a doorway, practice Bodhicitta mind, wishing that all sentient beings attain enlightenment. When you're entering the door. At night, before going to sleep, wish all sentient beings attain Buddhahood. This is called. When dreaming, wish that all sentient beings realize nature of reality to be like a dream. You know what I mean? When seated, wish that all sentient beings attain the indestructible seat of the Buddhahood. You know what I mean? When lightning fire, part left like this, that this fire might burn through the mental afflictions of the all sentient beings. When the fire is burning, wish that the wisdom of all sentient beings might burn like the roaring flames. When eating, wish that your food might become the food of meditation, concentration food. Concentration food that can be eaten by all sentient beings. When going outside, wish that all sentient beings free from samsara. When opening a door, imagine that you are opening the door of realization of all sentient beings. When closing a door, imagine that you are closing the door to the lower realms. When walking down a road, wish that all sentient beings enter the noble path of the Bodhisattvas. When climbing a mountain, imagine that all sentient beings are climbing to the pure lands. When meeting someone, imagine that this is meeting like a meeting between ordinary beings and the Buddha. When walking, imagine that each step you take is steady work of benefiting others. When encountering someone adorned with necklace and jewels, wish all that sentient beings attain the major and minor marks of the Buddha. When encountering someone living in poverty, wish that all sentient beings become like yogis who care nothing for worldly life and devote themselves slowly to the Dharma. When seeing a cup of the bowl that is full to the brim, imagine that is a completion of all good qualities. When seeing an empty cup or bowl, imagine that all fault have been abandoned. When seeing a being who is rejoicing, imagine that is the happiness of all sentient beings who have received precious teachings. When seeing a being who is grieving, wish that all sentient beings realize the nature of impermanence and renounce the worldly life. When seeing a being suffering from an illness, wish all beings be free from sickness. When hearing someone speaking praises, imagine they are praising the Buddha and Bodhisattva. When seeing even the simplest representation of the body of Buddha, wish that all sentient beings may get without obscurations upon the face of enlightened one. Finally, when seeing a merchant doing business, imagine that all beings will attain the seven riches, the adorn, the nature of ultimate reality. That is summary made by Longchenpa. That is conventional bodhicitta mind. That is not enough now. What we need? Ultimate bodhicitta mind. Ultimate bodhicitta mind is understanding the nature of reality. So understanding the nature of reality should be like that. All that appears is pervaded by emptiness. Whatever appears, right? And emptiness is pervaded by appearance. And no entity exists that appears but is not empty. And emptiness that does not appear cannot be established. That is the understanding of the ultimate reality of the bodhicitta mind. It really means if appearance was not empty, then it should be truly existent. If it is truly existent, there is no appearance. How come? It really means if appearance was not empty, right? Then it should be existing from the objectively, ultimately, there is no appearance. But we are using appearance conventionally all the time. You know what I mean? Based on that understanding, if you use that logic, right? Use that logic. Based on that logic, we already realize that all appearance can be apprehended in samsara are empty. Because conventionally, we do everything in samsara. It does not exist objectively, inherently existing from the side of the object. Therefore, no matter what appears in the samsara, nature is empty. You understand what I'm saying? If appearance in conventional reality were truly established, they would be permanent and belong to something that other than reality. We are talking about that one. Right? Because of we are unable to place any of phenomena we apprehend into either extreme of appearance and emptiness. In other words, we cannot think about single phenomena that appears but not empty. That makes sense or not? So we're talking about appearance and emptiness. Appearance conventionally, right? But this appearance is not truly existence, it is empty. If you realize this, appearance cannot disturb your mind. All appearance are projection of the mind, all created by others. But if you realize appearance does not establish by its own side or objectively or independently, because it is empty, it will not disturb your mind. Whatever appears to your mind is empty nature. But it disturbs your mind, all people like us believing appearance is 100% true. And we believe whatever appears to our mind is created by something else, nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? So that means, that understanding this, realize through using this logic, you understand ultimate nature of reality. So you combine these two together, right? Conventional truth, ultimate together. Then what can you do? You have a good life. You have peaceful mind. You have good result. You have everything, you know what I mean? You have no problem. So all this, in this world, people are suffering because of appearance. Believing appearance are 100% true. And nothing believing reality. Right? That makes sense or not? If you believe the appearance of anger is empty, how can you increase the anger? If you believe appearance of anger is only anger, it will increase anger. If you believe appearance of anger is empty, it will dispel the anger. It is antidote to the anger. So therefore you realize ultimate reality. You understand what I'm saying? So New Year you should practice Buddhist, start with Buddhism. Something very fresh. I want Buddhism. So if I ask you, do you want happiness? Everybody says, yes, I want happiness. Who is bothering you? Oh, maybe my enemy bothering you. How can we receive happiness? Right? If you say, I want happiness, right? But I cannot achieve happiness. Who is bothering you? Because my enemy, blah, 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 like this. You think this will bring you happiness? No. This is what ignorance confuses our mind. We desire happiness, right? We are going to wrong direction. You know what I mean? You are making like very nice cup of coffee, right? Sugar, milk, everything. But you put the handful of salt in this coffee and make it. What happened? That's horrible. We are doing like this, you want happiness? Yeah, of course I want happiness, but who's bothering you? Somebody bothering. But that's not the point. It means, as I mentioned before, it is mind training, strengthening. We have to use the logic. We use logic for the anger all the time. And progress, strengthen, increase. So we will switch off that and use that logic for the Bodhicitta. So that means, remember I forgot that, remember I forgot what, exchanging oneself to others, thinking many disadvantage of others, thinking many advantage of others. Actual practice of exchanging oneself to others. So actual practice means now switch off that. Till now I was thinking this self-cherishing is something very important. I keep here. Now I switch off that. I realize it is not my friend. He is really demon, which harming me. Now I realize through my practice meditation, I will switch off that. That is actual practice of exchange. Now I will care more others than me. Because I am one single person. Others are 1, 2, 3, 10, limitless. Now you have this meditation, you will switch off like this. And then practice and giving and taking meditation. Is this enough? Wow. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, dedication.
No. Yazoyi Jave Site Baru Tangyaji. Whatever small virtuous merit I've gathered from prostrating, offering, declaring, rejoicing, requesting, beseeching, I dedicate this to attain full enlightenment. Jajozem Jorem Moshe, Mage Vanam Kege Chi, Kepe Nyampa Mepai, Gongne Gongdu Pelwa Sho. In the snowlands of Tibet, the source of benefit and bliss, O Avalokiteshvara, Tenzin Gyatso, please live until the end of cyclic existence. Two collections, vast as space, that I've amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, have become the chief living border for all those minds with the eyes blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, I behold in your loving compassion for all lives measures. I find the best complete greater paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness of the minds of all beings, point to the paths I have pursued. May I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. Let my heart go out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings do not yet spare the ones we have to climb. May I expose this treasure of happiness and aim. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted about his peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. For even this greater course of enlightenment completed due to the wondrous spirituous conduct of the Buddhas and their sons. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of the lives from the purest paths praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere.
Thank you very much.
Can you just go and switch up the
Yep.
I'll do a best caricature.
Steve, would you like to have a photo?
Okay, thank you, Geshe.
In a minute. Oh, here's a picture there. Thank you. Anybody would like a photo that I missed out because Geshe's camera didn't work?
Huh? What's happening with a photo?
Yeah, one photo.
If you'd like a photo with Geshe, just sit with him and then I'll take a photo. This girl came last night, Geshe. When you got here. I can't remember her name. Teresa?